Storytime 1. I don't know where you were during the height of the pandemic, but I 19 female was in New York City, probably the worst place to be, and I can prove it because what happened to me is something you'll never forget. It was in the middle of lockdown, but I was an essential worker, so I still had to go out, and spoiler alert, I got sick. I ended up in the hospital thinking, that's what you do to get better, right? I was so wrong. Going to the hospital landed me in the worst experience of my life. When I first got to the hospital, everything was chaos. It was so bad my bed was in the hallway of the quarantine section. I was feeling really weak and drained, so I decided to take a nap. I was really uncomfortable with everyone walking by, so I put my sheet over my head and slept. I don't know how much time passed, but I woke up because I was freezing. I still felt really sick and weak, so it took a while for me to realize what going on around me. But when I did, I was horrified. The first thing I noticed was the smell. I can't explain it, but I was immediately sick to my stomach. When I finally opened my eyes, there was nothing but darkness. I was surrounded by silence except for this weird hum that sounded far away. I tried to sit up, but there was something on top of me, and the bed underneath me was lumpy and completely different than what I fell asleep on. I couldn't see anything, so I started to feel around, and I put my hand directly on what felt like someone's face. I tried to scream, but nothing came out, and I thought I might die from how scared I was. The more I felt around, the more parts of bodies I found. There were arms, legs, feet, hands, and everyone was cold. I didn't know what to do, so I just started screaming hello, but no one answered. I managed to get to the top of the massive pile I was under, and I just crawled until I found a wall. I was so tired, but I didn't even care. I started banging on the wall as hard as I could. After banging for what felt like forever, there was a flood of light from the opposite side of where I was. What I saw when my eyes adjusted to the light is still so unbelievable. There were so many bodies. I could see the pale, lifeless faces of the other patients, some eyes and mouths open. I was on the other end of what looked like a tunnel, and I could hear someone calling to me. I closed my eyes and crawled to the sound until I was suddenly falling. When I hit the ground and looked up, I saw the freezer truck I had just been in. The body count was so high in New York City during the pandemic, they started using freezer trucks to store bodies, and I ended up in one.